thoughts about the Eurozone? Are you avoiding some of the other countries in Europe?
Yes, we are indeed avoiding the European periphery. What is fair to note is that the companies we do own in the UK or in Germany, by and large, because they are best-in-class, globally competitive companies, so they're domiciled, they may be listed in the UK. So, for example, we own Arm Holdings in the UK. 90% of Arm's revenues actually comes from outside the UK. Mm-hmm. So to the extent that the UK has been in recession for quite some time, that has not really dented Arm's prospects.
Give me another example of one of these unusual stock picks that you like that perhaps most people have not heard of on a day-to-day basis.
Well, we own Elekta further up north in Sweden. And Elekta, what's appealing about Elekta is it makes radiotherapy equipment. So tragically, as you know, the incidence of cancer globally is going up, and emerging markets as well. That industry is actually a duopoly between Elekta and Varian, a U.S. company. So which means that the margins are protected, competition is very rational. Elekta has a strong hold of the non-U.S. market, is not as hostage to the pricing regime that happens with the U.S.
Or Obamacare, regardless of what happens there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as a result, obviously the free cash flow margins are very juicy, payout is very good. Like I said about emerging markets, the penetration of 1 million inhabitants in the US, you get probably 4 or 5 machines, whereas in Brazil, probably 0 machine, or in India when you look at that proportion. So there is definitely a lot of runway ahead for Elekta, so we're very excited about that holding.
Since you mentioned Brazil, let's go to Latin America next, because you like a company, Mercado Libre, which is like the eBay
Absolutely.
for Latin America.
Absolutely.
Is it a similar business model?
Yeah, and eBay, in fairness, eBay holds 17% of Mercado Libre. So yes, you do have the eBay concept with Mercado Libre, but what's not well studied for MELI, that's the ticker, is the Mercado Pago angle. That's the PayPal angle. As you know, eBay owns PayPal. And so we have been doing some analyses of what, optionalities would be like for Mercado Pago, because broadband penetration is low in Latin America, and people are pretty reluctant to actually take their credit card and transact online. So as people get more comfortable, as broadband picks up, security picks up, we're very excited about the long-term prospects for MELI.
All right, now I want you to get excited about the next stock, because this one throws me. Italy, Saipem. First of all, if you don't like Europe, what do you got this Italian company for? And let's look at this stock chart, because this stock really just took such a haircut.
Sure did.
And there was some concerns from management. New management comes in, they cut the guidance. It hasn't recovered. What are you doing with this one?
Yeah, we've held Saipem for a very long time, in fairness. And what actually happened is that there was some scandal, some bribery scandal, which was ring-fenced to a particular country in Algeria. And we reckon right now that this scandal is going to be put to bed. And like I said, as you noted, the previous management that was responsible for this has been moved out, and the management is looking at this, and that's why they came in, kitchen sink, cut the guidance, stock took a big whack. So we reckon, from what we know today, short of them coming with a warning, from what we know today, the prospects for oil services in these very difficult terrains, whether it be Kazakhstan, Gulf of Mexico, Nigeria, where Saipem has a very strong hold, is going to be pretty promising long term. So which is why we're holding on to the name.
All right, what would make you sell it?
Well, what would make us sell it if they come out, this is a cockroach theory, right? So if they come out and said, oops, there's actually other bribery scandals lurking in other territories which we didn't tell you about before, then we would say, well, you actually didn't really ring-fence the problem. There could be further litigation down the road. So under that scenario, because we have a sell discipline that forces us to either buy more or get out of a name whenever there is a underperformance.
In terms of international growth, I noticed you're not in China, but you are in Hong Kong. So are you worried about a serious growth slowdown in China?
Yeah, in fairness, going back to the strategy, we have always been pretty underweight China. For us, we're looking at growth for this growth strategy. Growth and quality are paramount. We have historically found it very hard to get comfortable with China. So thankfully, we're not in the solar names.
And is that because the numbers, people always question the
corporate
validity
governance is
of
very
the numbers?
difficult. And also, when you look at the composition of the boards are generally not all that independent. You may have people with different last names, but it's difficult to come to terms and get the level of comfort that you would get with companies in other geographies. So which is why we've historically shied away from Chinese listed names.